Macmillan Audio presents Honestly, We Meant Well by Grant Ginder. Read for you by Marietta, Deprima. For my mother, Deborah Ginder. This is absurd that mortals blame the gods. They say we cause their suffering, but they themselves increase it by folly. Homer, The Odyssey, translated by Emily Wilson. It's not the tragedies that kill us. It's the messes. Dorothy Parker. Sue Ellen. March 18, Berkeley, California. 10 minutes before the phone rings, Sue Ellen Wright, tenured professor of classical studies, beloved recipient of countless teaching awards, wavering wife, and mostly good mother, is wondering how exactly she got here. Teach, you okay? Blinking, she looks across her desk. There, one of her students slouches in a chair. His name's Connor McFarland, and he's a freshman with a face still caught between the doughiness of adolescence and the resolution of everything else. Despite the weather, it's cold and raining. He's wearing a t-shirt, flip-flops, and a pair of mesh shorts. A San Francisco Giants hat is pulled low on his forehead, and from beneath its flat brim his eyes stare at her expectantly. I'm sorry. She tries to regain focus. What were you saying? I was saying that I think you made a mistake. I'm pretty sure I got this one right. Connor points to a picture on his midterm, which he's come here to Sue Ellen's office to dispute. It's an artifact that he was meant to identify, and in his defense he has, albeit incorrectly. Beneath the picture, in sloppy blue ink, he's written, Bong. That's not a bong, Connor. That's a Corinthian urn from the 5th century BCE. He spins the paper around so he can look at it again. But can't you see how it could have been a bong? No. Sue Ellen says. Actually, I can't. He's been arguing about his grade for the better part of an hour. Twice now she's been tempted to kick him out. She wants to tell him that the 35% she gave him should have been a 25, that his answers were so dismal, so laughably bad, that halfway through grading the exam she actually began to feel sorry for him, and in turn padded his failing score with an extra 10 points. He spelled Argos correctly, she thought, as she added things up. That had to count for something. Instead, though, she's let him talk, hoping that he'll hear himself when he tells her that the Agora was a movie theater, hoping that in that pivotal moment, he'll realize just how ridiculous he sounds. You'd put the weed here, he says, pointing to the vessel's base, and then you drill a little hole and... It's an urn, Connor. It can only be an urn. He looks at her and twists his mouth to one side. I could have gotten that if you'd given us a word bank. Well, I didn't. Why not? Because this is college. He's in her biggest class, a 50-student survey in classical archaeology. She's volunteered to teach it for the past decade, a fact that earns her ribbing from both her colleagues and her husband, Dean. One of the most distinguished classicists on the West Coast, they say to her, and you spend your afternoon
Sample complete. Ready to continue?